Ah, was hoping to listen for a little longer. That's okay. Let's get the show on the road. A few hundred people on already. You guys are the early birds. And early birds
Yeah,
do
yeah.
normally get the worm. We should have an early bird reward next time. Easily done. So, welcome. We're doing a Web3 game year in review. Thank you for joining, whether you're on now, you're joining from a recording. Thank you for being here. Coop, welcome. And we also have a few guest speakers with us tonight. Some from the Derby Stars team, some from the Crypto Fighters team, and we also have Carlos from Unlocked. So, welcome to our guests, and we have an awesome space scheduled for the next 60 minutes. Let's try to keep it on time this time. Don't forget, we've got the Galaxy, I guess, NFT that you can claim for being part of this Twitter space. If you haven't already seen, you can claim that via the Galaxy link on earnalliance's Twitter page. So, if you haven't met, Coop is the CEO and founder of earnalliance. My name's Rip or Jeff, and I'm leading growth at earnalliance. I love doing these Twitter spaces. This one's a very special one just because it's the last one before the holiday period, and it has been extremely busy in the earnalliance offices, well, virtual offices and physical offices, over the last few weeks, as we are right in the middle of our Christmas partner campaign. And if you've seen, we did our seed raise announcement. Our website went live with badges, and as of right now, we are midway through the Christmas campaign. So if you're on a desktop, you can head to earnalliance.com right now and see that is it day 4 or day 5? We've got Big Time as our partner of the day for 24 hours. They have a partner badge built by us, and they have, well, all you need to do is head on to earnalliance.com and see that you can mint one of those badges. Very, very happy to have gotten to this point. We'll be doing these again, and we still have a couple of days left leading into Christmas Day. So keep an eye out. Thank you to everyone who's already started picking up some badges. There are many more to come. All right, Crypto Fighters and Carlos, make sure you request speaker. I know it's sometimes a bit difficult with Twitter Spaces. In fact, we had this very Twitter Space rugged directly from beneath our feet last Friday when Elon decided just going to switch off Twitter Spaces on the one day that we needed it, the day that we were going to launch this Christmas campaign. uh, cool. Let's get it underway. I will just get Coop to quickly introduce himself. Try to keep it to 2 minutes. What got you to this point, Coop? And then we'll hear from the other guests.
Cool. Yep, I'm Coop. For the people that don't know me, I started out as an engineer when I was 9 and started modding games throughout most of my life. Created 5 startups, mostly game startups, mobile, PC, MMO mods, real money gambling in India, all over the place. So yeah, I definitely love being an entrepreneur, love being an engineer, and now I'm really, really loving being in the space in Web3 gaming. Even though it's at the bottom, it's going to be an amazing year coming up. So, in terms of what got us here, it all just came through starting as a Axie guild, started building tools for the space, and then realizing we just want to connect great people, gamers, with game communities, and to game developers, and that's where the Earn Alliance community is coming together. So, really exciting stuff coming in the next few weeks, and really exciting stuff coming next few months. Like, I just want to fast forward time, but I'm enjoying it all.
Awesome, Coop. Did you just call the bottom though? Maybe we shouldn't take that as financial advice. We'll never
Definitely
never
not
know.
about
Never
financial
know.
advice. Definitely not.
We'll never know. All right. Who will we bring up next? Who's on the microphone today from Derby Stars?
Hi, hello. My name is Jisoo Jung. I'm the head of business for Derby Stars,
Hi,
and
Jisoo.
do you want to go ahead and
Oh
introduce?
yeah, I'm David, and I'm a
Oh,
community
we've got both
manager
of you.
in Derby Stars, and we will both gonna use this account to speak out.
That's awesome. Both of you, David and Jisoo from Derby Stars, welcome. Who else do we have here? Uh, Crypto Fighters. Who's on the mic today? Is that
Hi, it's me, Jin, on the mic today
Jin?
with Crypto
Welcome.
Fighters. Yeah, and it will only be me.
Okay, welcome. We either get well one of the core team members every time. So thanks for joining again. And Carlos, welcome again.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I was thinking whether I should join from the official unlocked account or from this one, but either way, very happy to connect with you and to share a little bit more with your community. Congrats on the funding round, by the way. We haven't spoken ever since, but very proud of you guys. Well deserved.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
That was tough times, wasn't it, Coop? Yes, we're
Yep,
all
just
we're
so
all quite
everyone
happy now.
knows, it was a 6 month start to close, so it was definitely a lot of fun, quote unquote.
Well, that gives us
But
all hope, guys. That's very inspiring for everyone out there.
Coop's done the hard yards. Let's reap the rewards, literally. Yeah, loving this badge launch, and Crypto Fighters and Derby Stars are both Christmas badge partners. In fact, we'll spend some time talking about. Well, I might I might just ask Jin, for example. The Crypto Fighters badge was just a couple of days ago. So we'll definitely ask about your experience there, and I haven't even had a chance to ask you one on one just how busy we've been. So this will be a fully candid conversation about your experience being a Earn Alliance partner. But there are a lot of speakers on, sorry, there are a lot of listeners on tonight who maybe haven't heard of Earn Alliance before. Maybe they've minted like one badge, but they're not sure what it means for them. So we're going to start just with a quick Q&A with Coop. I'm going to ask him a few questions. We also will take the best questions from the Twitter thread. So those are being rewarded with 10 USD. So the people whose questions pop up, well, thank you for asking great questions. I'll bring those up in just a few minutes. But without further ado, shall I just start with a couple of questions? Because sometimes even I get too busy to realize, what's going on. So for people who've minted a badge or maybe haven't minted a badge at earnalliance.com just yet, Coop, would you mind just giving us a quick rundown of what a badge at Earn Alliance is?
Cool. So a badge is a free to mint gas only NFT. So we're never going to charge for these things. And each badge essentially is themed around a community. We partner with communities, we build the badges, we animate them, do all that jazz. And in terms of what you're going to get, this is a special week because we're doing a Christmas campaign. Every partner has thrown down some interesting gifts. Those gifts have been pretty much socialized on our Twitter. There's around 7,000 bucks worth of NFTs or raw crypto. I think it's actually more than that, but I'll let Jeff answer that a bit later. But what's really special about the badges is that it's going to unlock our private alpha. And as a company and the ethos, as people might have heard following me, I want to build raw with the team. We want to release everything in almost real time. We want people to be able to see what we're building, critique what we're building, and that's why I wanted to come and help build in this space because I feel like we can literally do this together as a community. I'll be in Discord, also speaking a lot as well. But back to the badges, if you hold a badge, you'll be able to access the Earn Alliance site early, starting on January 6th, if I'm not mistaken, January 5th to January 6th. And then after that, you'll continue to be able to do it. And it has a concept called power, which I'll probably hold the tongue and see what the other questions are coming up. But power is a pretty magical thing as things evolve in our community.
Awesome. I haven't picked up all the badges. In fact, I was very sad to have missed one. Gotten too busy over this holiday period. But some of the people in the audience may be lucky enough to have picked up every single one already. Um, this Christmas campaign, in fact, a lot of planning went into, well, the launch of our own Discord badge. Uh, People would have been able to find that on the first day of the campaign. But there was also a lot of setup in partner badges, and I might I might just ask you quickly, could what was the whole reasoning behind doing these partner badges? What is the benefit to the partners? And then we'll go straight to crypto fighters for their own experience after that.
The first feature that we're focusing on right now is aggregating games and bringing games together to the gamers. And the main difference you'll find between us and other platforms is that we're a game directory. We're not a game like platform, I guess you could say. So we're not Steam where we need to like say, hey, come to our platform, be exclusive with us, etc. We actually don't, invite anybody. We actually just list them. So we have a team of people, and our community has reported over 200 games, and is essentially pushing games our way to help us discover them. But we have thousands of games that we're looking to list in the coming months, and it took a really long time to essentially find these games. And we're creating custom content. We're creating images. We're curating videos, custom videos for each game from our team. We're categorizing them. Are they multiplayer? Are they on Polygon? Are they, MMOs? So this whole badge campaign was actually our more formal partner invitation to be able to bring these gamers who are hyped and excited to come check us out, hopefully, and push them their way. They're the first ones we wanted to highlight. These are people that we've worked with over the last few months, who supported us before a fundraising round, who believed in us, and this was kind of like a good first step to just kind of sharing the love. So yeah, I would say that's pretty much where it all kind of started.
Look, man, I mean, conceptually, it's awesome. Honestly, I am most blown away, being an engineer myself, by the metrics, the numbers. Just 100,000 gamers have come through to earnalliance, and these partner badges over the last 4 days, on average, we've done 25,000 badge mints each day, which is bringing in just as many. I mean, in order to get one of these badges, you have to join the game community, like the Discord. So that's 25,000 people on average joining these Discord servers. And, it's people from all walks of life, of course. Just this sheer volume is insane given the market that we're in. So I've been just blown away by that. Well, you know that this is a full candid response from crypto fighters, because I'm going to go straight to them. They were a day 3 or day 4 of the partner badges. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, definitely. But first of all, thank you for having me here in this Twitter space. And we know how much, we can see how much effort and planning that you have been, putting towards, this Christmas campaign and everything. And we do see a lot of, people entering our community. So we are really thankful for that. And we think that it's a great event, well, especially with the badge design. I think a lot of, people in our community loves it. And then with the big giveaway events with all the partners also, I think that was really well thought and well put together. Um, and yeah, especially with the free mint, a lot of people, was really interested in this campaign. And it was very easy for us since our project is located in Thailand, and we just, sent to all our partners in Thailand just to, spread the news. And we can see a lot of interest. So yeah, we're really thankful for it, and we see a lot of community members joining. So thank you so much for your team and the effort that you put through for this campaign.
Did you hear that, Coop? Our best friends at Crypto Fighters. I'm really glad.
Yeah, man, humbled to hear that you're enjoying it. I'm super stoked. I think you guys got just over 20,000 badge mints before it closed down. And yeah, it was really cool. I actually helped a lot with the design and stuff with the team, and got to watch, the bag come together. And I think it's probably, tied with Big Time. I really do like Big Time's deer kind of head thing going on today. but you guys are definitely one of my favorite like my second favorite badge, I'll be honest, but it's amazing. And yeah, super stoked that you guys came in and supported and also offered your rewards to the community. So much appreciation to you.
Love it. Thank you. The applause button. Yeah, thank you to the Crypto Fighters team. I mean, Jin, Ren, Jasada even has been in our spaces before. So yeah, thank you guys. Just to reiterate, so we've got pinned up there the summary of the game partners that we're doing over Christmas, but putting together like thousands of dollars worth of prizes, and you can see them all. Crypto Fighters, for example, put in 20 of their fighter passes, and today you've got big time with their Ruby passes, which are generally pretty hard to get. But yeah, the designs, the rewards, just what we're working on, it's been really, really fun. Derby Stars is still yet to come. So you probably haven't had any experience with the badges themselves yet, but just in the planning phase, I mean, you guys have put together $1,000 towards the prize pool. So just wanted to thank you guys ahead of time for that. And yeah, just maybe give us a few words on what it's been like just in the planning, because you know what all the stuff that we had to do behind the scenes. Chisu?
Oh, I didn't quite hear it. Can you speak again?
Yes, I will absolutely thank you again for working with us to put together the prize pool of over $1,000. For sorry, the NFT value of the NFTs that you put together, and you guys know how much planning went into like putting this partner program together. So even though you guys haven't done your badge mint yet, yeah, thanks for working with us on it.
No problem. We're just helping with the whole ecosystem and everyone here, trying to send bring back the next bull market, I guess.
Yeah, bring it back, please.
Okay, okay.
One
Okay.
step at a time. This was definitely it, man. Appreciate that.
All right. Cool. So, if you haven't picked up one of those Galaxy NFTs, you can certainly do so because they have Twitter integration with joining the spaces. Make sure you get onto those. I will also go to the top questions that were picked out of the initial Twitter thread. These are questions that came from the from the from the Twitter thread, and they will be getting some rewards. So the first one comes from Krishna Chahuhan. Congratulations, Krishna, for your awesome question. One of the main issues with online gaming platforms is that at some point in time, gameplay becomes boring. Could you share some of the features that will keep gamers motivated and glued to our platform, or I guess the extension of that is to our partner games in the long term? Coop?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We're brainstorming this stuff all the time. Um, so I would say the first thing is that we want to be able to curate all information for you guys, and if it's focused on partner games, we're hoping our partners will continue to want to do these type of badge campaigns, which in like what at least in our mind what's happening or is that this is becoming a marketing kind of a new marketing channel. I would look at it as like if something I've been saying recently is like usually in traditional marketing you need to buy an ad and that ad gets to the advertiser, the people who actually facilitate it. But let's say that ad acquires a user to get to the game and it costs $3.50 per user to actually acquire them to install the app and on the app store, which is quite an expensive price just to get them to show up at the front door. And I believe these badges might be ways to do much more deeper engagement to bring users into games, to the point where, let's say that you want to get ranked, 6 in one of our partners like Apron. You want to get to level 6, and you will, be able to unlock our badge, and you might even be able to get rewarded or airdrops and these other things. So instead of paying an advertiser, maybe you're actually paying the gamer to just try us out, like, and let us know. And then if your game is sticky enough, they will actually stay around and continue to play. So we're looking at how these, badges could have some more deeper integrations with these games. But that's just the badges. I believe this is going to be a news source for the world when it comes to Web3 games, because we're going to aggregate every Discord update, every Twitter update, every Medium blog, every Twitter space, every Discord event, and every Discord stage in a single view for every game. Like that's where I think endgame is for us, and I think a lot of people will be really engaged in that and being able to get that information and just kind of get a piece of everything that's going on in the industry. So yeah, engagement is R&D to be determined as we continue to explore.
That was a tough question, but I think one of the key things that I remember is gamers are creatures of habit. That one's a very interesting one. Self-reflection on myself. I guess I was all those hours spent on MMOs, but building that kind of coming back to home feeling into games is key for, I guess, rewards and achievements, which I guess is the core idea of the badges too. Okie dokie. So just quickly, we also have el.eth. Thank you for joining us tonight. Great to have you. We've just been talking about the badges. We're taking some questions now. Did you just want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you very much, and great to be here. My name is Eyal. I spend most of my time these days investing into crypto in different capacities. I work with a larger owner of media and entertainment titles in the space called Liberty. So we own a lot of assets like ownership in Lionsgate, Formula E, our sister company owns Formula One, etc. And so we've been making larger investments also in the crypto space, a bunch of this in gaming. Obviously a big fan and supporter also for earnalliance. And yeah, in summary, that's why I'm here. Yeah, and great to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you. Well, we will get to a part of the Twitter space where we just open it up for discussion. So we'd love to hear your thoughts about Web3 and Web3 gaming, while we've got, a platform partner here through Carlos, and we have our game partners, Crypto Fighters and Derby Stars. So I think it'll be a great conversation. Just going to wrap up this last bit with just something that Coop brought up here: the aggregation of news and all the Discord announcements, alerts, releases by games, the game directory. Coop, if you could just give us a quick indication of like when we can expect that. Because a lot of people have come through the site just minting our badges for now, but they'll soon be able to see a game directory and a wall.
Yeah, the wall. I mean, we call it the wall, but like nobody really knows what we're talking about. And so there's a few things. On January 5th through 6th, the first thing we want to release is the game directory. And the reason why we're going to release everything in piecemeal is so I just want to like say it straight out and transparently. Don't expect to come in and like have this grandiose platform that's just like has it all, because we really, really want to hear what you think. But we're extremely putting our love and hearts and souls into making this game directory feel and look amazing. So like just like these badges that are coming out, which we tried pretty well on it, gave it a good shot, but for the Christmas deadlines and all these other things that were happening. But the game directory that's going to be coming, very excited about it. You'll be able to see 300 games, and there'll be over 200 news articles curated for them by our community. and there's going to be custom videos, custom screenshots, custom descriptions, all kinds of great things. So yeah, it's just going to be a place to kind of see the current state of games. And again, this is a game directory not for investors and speculators. We don't talk about like NFTs and the floor price or what's happening with that. We're more focused about what does this game offer for fun? What is this game about? Like that's what we're really looking at. So that's going to come out in the early January. And we just had conversations to release the first version of what we call The Wall at the end of January. I don't want to set a date to it, but it's going to happen in January, in the later stage of January. Let's just say that. And The Wall is going to also come out in parts. So we're going to start off with aggregating Discord information because Discord channels are super annoying. Like if you want to follow 5 to 10 games, you got to go to every single announcement channel and every single community. And you're like, oh, dude, like what? Like, how am I going to really just keep up with this? I might as well just follow them on Twitter. But all the secret sauce is in Discord, right? So that's why we started with Discord. But then slowly after that, within, I'll literally say days, not like months or many weeks, like within days, we'll be introducing Twitter content. We'll be introducing Twitter spaces. We'll be introducing then Discord stages, Discord events, and all this stuff that will kind of show up on the wall. And then the wall becomes this very interesting interactive thing. So that's going to, evolve. I'll say the final version of the wall is going to be done by the end of Q1, so by the end of March. And there will be a daily reward system built into the wall. You can read it in our light paper. We haven't released much information other than our light paper, but expect daily rewards, which is going to be great.
Looking forward to it. Gonna be getting through this holiday silly season. Just waking up from that and then checking out earnalliance.com once I'm coming out of that haze on the 5th of January. One more question, which will be rewarded $10. This question comes from Habibo. Only getting holders or just minting a badge, right, and holding that badge, getting those users is not everything. And it's amazing that we've gotten, 30K people minting our partner badges each day. But what is the problem that we're solving here? And I think we touched on this a little bit earlier, right? But what is the benefit and what is the problem that earnalliance is solving for Web3 games?
For me, the deep ethos of what earnalliance is doing is that we're creating opportunities for people to discover new communities. And for me, this is deep because I learned how to code through IRC communities back in 1999. And those were just chat channels. And I found my greatest mentors just online. And I learned how to code and then I learned how to mod games. And then it evolved me into an entrepreneur. And the same thing, like we have people at earnalliance that we've hired that came from our guilds originally. Both Rip and myself both have hired people through our guilds just through gaming. And there's just something serious about Web3 games that just bring people to the next level. So if you find a social media manager or you find an engineer or you find somebody that's just a great designer, there's so much just like awesome stuff that contribute to a community that might actually help you find your passion. And I'm very fortunate to have found my passion at young age. So that's the ethos, the deep ethos of what earnalliance could do. But the general thing that we're trying to do here is to start the Web3 game community. The next generation of Web3 gaming is starting right now. And we need to help gamers come and on board and discover great games. And that's where we're going to essentially start with. It's just making it dead easy to do that.
Dramatic.
Was that a mic drop?
I need one of those soundboards, please, Mary. Okay, so thank you for the awesome questions from the Twitter thread. We've gotten to the people's favorite part of the evening, the Web3 gaming roundtable, and I really do invite, Carlos, Jisoo, David, Jin, Eyal, and Coop as well, just to join me in this discussion. We're going to talk about some memories over the last year and a half. We're going to do a Web3 gaming year in review. And I'll just start us off with a little bit of a story, right? Coop, you and I, like you said, we went through the creation of Axie guilds and the whole play to earn explosion, and we've kind of taken those ideas of guilds and community built or strengthened community in games and kind of adapted that into what we're doing today. But it's taken a long time to get here. So, let's say from around early to mid last year, Axie kind of got really, really big. We saw AXS in the top 10, crypto tokens in general. We saw, I mean, entire communities, entire countries, even the Philippines, taken over by Axie Infinity in these kind of guild and scholarship models. And then towards late last year, this is where the story of 2022 begins. What a year it was, where people realize that the narrative of inflationary tokenomics and like simply giving away rewards for people to play your game was putting a lot of your tokens into user acquisition cost, which doesn't come back, and so this inflation as a narrative started inflating. Ignore the pun. From around the beginning of this year, and then we saw games right in the top of the headlines: Axie, Peg Axie, a downward spiral of those in March and April, and then suddenly people talking about play to earn is not play to earn, and now we're focused on fun, as if it weren't the most important thing about games in the first place. So a lot of the stuff that we're doing now is around those narratives and solving those challenges, focusing on fun, focusing on what gamers really want. And I'll never forget. I'll never forget when Joe, one of our friends, came onto a space and said, "Don't fuck with gamers," like word for word. It's true. Gamers, I know myself as a gamer, unforgiving, right? If you give a gamer a poor experience, they're not coming back. And so games are probably some of the good games are some of the best experiences that you can as a person have, because that they've been tested by the community. So now we're in this space. I mean, earnalliance is doing a lot. There's plenty of other games building right now. We're scrambling to find out the best ways to use Web3 now to help gaming, to utilize gaming to kind of facilitate this next Web3 and crypto wave, which I mean, personally, fully, I have full belief in gaming being the next Web3 and crypto wave. And so I might just start the roundtable discussion with a highlight and a low light, just going around the circle over the last year. So I would say a highlight was certainly, just being able to take some of the people, some of the best people that I met during this last year, and making them my colleagues, making them part of my team. That to me is Web3. So it's kind of been created and it's manifested in my work at earnalliance, and also in running a bunch of tournaments with an awesome team. I'd say low light was having to deal with all of that noise in Discord and still trying to keep on top of it. I remember when we had that downward spiral of Axie and all the other play to earn games, I was still just trying to hang on to every announcement in Discord, on Twitter, following it every single day. And there was a bit of a time where we were chasing, like holding on to hope, right, that wave could keep going. But we fell into the water and we were swimming back out to sea looking for that next wave now. So, those are my two highlights and lowlights. Who wants to go next? And whoever jumps out first can go next.
We can go next, I guess. So I guess for the past year or so, I think one of the great things that I like enjoyed was meeting all these people through conferences. So that one example would be because we're based in South Korea, we had like KBW event, and we met a lot of projects from all over the world. Our team went to the New York NFT NIC, all these events. We met a lot of people, a lot of projects that we could have like collaboration with, and we for the past year we collaborated with over like 100 projects. We met a lot of awesome people along the way, and I think those things like me like those connections and relationships are things that lasts. Maybe back when we see things back here, we like tokens and prices weren't that much stable. But I think like meeting all these people and having these experiences definitely helped um, um, move forward, I guess. Um, and what was the other part like? Was it the bad things or?
Yeah. A highlight and a low
You know,
light.
a low
Um,
light.
If that's that's a new word. It's just the opposite of highlight.
well, I guess the bad part is like our project is like based from like Terra ecosystem and like shit crashed, so that was the bad part, and yeah. Other than that, yeah, we're even though like the current conditions are not that good, um, we're very excited to sort of lead the change and like try new things in Web3 games. Like people know that like Axie and Pegaxie, all these gaming projects, they were sort of unsustainable in a way that like the breeding mechanics and everything was like inflating too fast, and it wasn't sustainable, I guess. But I guess we are also like one of those like breeding projects here, but we definitely learn from them. We after we look into those projects, we like change some in-game variables to sort of make it more sustainable. And as many people said, we want eventually we can give out like tokens and everything. But at the end of the day, what we really need to do is to like make a fun game. Our project's team size is around like 30 people, and most of our team members are from big game companies like EA, Nexon, NC, Comtus, Gem City. So we love making games and we love to play games. We love to develop new games. So our goal is to make a fun game that can give a lot of economic incentives as well as like fun experiences playing the game.
Sweet, thank you, man. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I can go. So yeah, I think the low light for us was, in the beginning of the year, that's when we started out, and we were really optimistic, looking forward to launching a product, and then everything just hit us like dominoes, right? The U.S. inflation rates, the new waves of the COVID, and the downfall of Luna, and also, the FTX crashes. So our roadmap and everything keep changing. But then I think the highlight was, when the market condition is really bad, we get to meet like genuine people. Like how we connect with Earn Alliance. We have the same vision, and we are really appreciate each other for still developing a good project for the community in this bear market, and getting to connect with a lot of people in crypto space that is still building. I think that's really that's the beauty of the crypto space for us, and it's a highlight.
Sweet, man. Love it. Love working with you guys as well. Who's up?
Yeah, I'm happy to take it. So, the highlight, I want to like focus it all on our alliance, but like, let's start with the low light. I like leaving the best for last. So the low light is I did write um a bit about my journey starting our alliance, and on my Twitter is one of my pinned threads, and I really struggled to just commit to myself as a entrepreneur again. It wasn't because of the bear market and how hard it is to raise. It was actually more about like knowing how when you start a company, you're kind of married to your company. Not kind of, you're definitely married to your business. So and I have a family, I have two kids, so I'm essentially married to two people. And you know that's the struggle of like, you know, where how am I going to balance all this stuff is something that you think about. And yeah, I essentially set some really great boundaries. I work around 60 hours a week. Maybe it's a little more now, 60, 65, and the rest is family and friends and self-care. And it's been working really well for me. But yeah, that conversion of like struggling of like having a great job, making a shit ton of cash and in big you know, corporations. Um, and then deciding to leave that to come do this again. Again, this is my sixth startup, so super stoked to be doing this. And I always want to do this stuff, but I thought that I was going to take a longer break. And I realized that in deep, like in my heart, I am an entrepreneur, and this is really what makes me happy. So it was a very internal struggle. And that was a low light, but the highlight is I came out of that. So I really kind of combined the both, and I won't, you know, melt the soap opera here. But we were able to close a really amazing seed round during this market. We met some amazing people on the road, and we have great partners, great team members. Everything just it's just and everybody's working so hard, not just at earnalliance, but just everybody that's still here who actually cares is just working so hard, and it's just great to work towards something. So I'm really excited for the Web3 industry, and it's just a great place to be.
Love it. Thanks, Coop. The best Twitter spaces where people are just laying it all out. Carlos or Eyal, any highlights or lowlights you want to share? We can certainly move on to the next question. Um, so I guess I always love asking this question. This question never gets old, but it's very indicative of like I guess who you are as a gamer. And so I will ask this one. What was your favorite game growing up? And I guess what was a favorite memory of that time? Um, I'll go first just to give you you guys a bit of time to think about it. For me, I'd say, well, when who was it? Was it David or Jisoo mentioned Nexon? I immediately thought back. Not my favorite game, but I haven't spoken about this before. But Maple Story. I know a lot of you in this audience will have played Maple Story back in the day, logging on to that crazy whistly music. I still remember that music to this day. Um, yeah, some of the greatest memories just holding down that control key and whacking mushrooms. That has, I guess, formed who I am. It's weird to say that, but yeah, definitely part of who I am. Who wants to go next?
Oh my God! Oh, actually, the Maple Story is one of my best game in my life. Actually,
I could feel that from you, man.
yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. So, like, it started off like you pick a class. It's an MMO. It's all 2D with this crazy music. Just great music, which is matching like the theme of the class that you picked, right? What class? What was your first class?
My first class was a magician, and I was trying to get some in order to be a magician, you gotta have to farming some of like a portion, like mushrooms and items from there, training thing, and then I was actually competed with my friends when I was in youth doing trying to get level it up and like faster as I can. It was my like a great experience and memories in back then in my youth, and I can't believe it. You brought up this Maple Story into this topic. So
Really? I mean, like, we're in gaming. That's really why we're here, actually. Right?
Title
Magician, right?
change.
Too many hours spent in that slime tree. I'm gonna give you some memories just by thinking about that slime tree. Uh, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. Yeah, talking about MapleStory, I was also a MapleStory player. I was I remember even the city name is called Elinier or something, where you have to, keep farming there a lot, go back to pick up a lot of quests. The music is definitely nice, but a bit different from you guys. My games when I grew up, I played a lot of League of Legends. And in fact, I do still play it now whenever, I have the free time, which I don't really have a lot right now. But yeah, it's good to, play the games from your past. And in fact, I think MapleStory is still up and running.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually, yesterday I went to Korea. In the Korea, their area has a PC bang, PC room, which is like PC cafe. You can play games together in certain space, and then somebody at there still playing a Maple Story up there.
Crazy. I would love to
Yeah.
have been there.
yeah, Rip's playing it
Coop?
all the time. Yeah, yeah. I think my I think my thing. I mean, I struggle between Counter-Strike and Lineage 2 because I definitely spent thousands of hours on both. So, I do play a lot of League of Legends and Teamfight Tactics right now. A lot meaning like an hour a day or so with the wifey. But but yeah, man, like so MMO wise, Lineage 2. I spent so much time in that, and we were on a server called Leona. I was a Hawkeye, so I was like more on the archer side of things. And man, there's just so much drama because you had like all these castles you can take over. It's like 7 or 8 castles, and like hundreds of people would just create these alliances, and they would just go after these castles and then defend these castles. And then, like, if you were going against somebody, you would just be taken out on sight. Like, it was a very competitive just union like unity of like people working together to take these things but then fighting against each other is so much PvP. I'm all about that combat and just strategic, like, how do you like get this group to work together and like outplay the other. So yeah, similar to League in that sense, which is how I got into League after. But Lineage 2 is a deep love of mine for sure.
Anyone else want to offer up some sappy memories or classes? Ah, good times. Maybe there will be another chance for an MMO like that to pop up. Who knows? Well, maybe that's what we're looking for. But you just reminded me of the kind of like the gamer archetypes. I mean, there's when you say competitive, yeah, there was definitely a competitive streak. There was definitely a bit of like a social gamer in me. What were the others? There's explorers, right? The ones who just want to go out and find everything there is to see. And then there's achievers, right? Some people farm those achievements. Um, the yeah, not everyone. I mean, everyone has a mix of these, but that they'll generally like fall into one of these categories. I'd love to get like maybe we could do a badge just to be like proof of being a killer, or proof of being like an explorer. That'd be a pretty cool one to do. Um, what what else have we got? So we got 10 minutes left. Um, yes. So we've talked about like kind of the games that formed us, but then also something very very interesting I think is now that we're I guess the people who played games kind of growing up has increased steadily over time. So many of the people in the workforce in a professional environment now were gamers growing up, and in fact their lifestyle has totally changed. They may not get the time to play games. Many of those gamers are the ones who are here in this Web3 gaming space. And I guess we're trying to chase that nostalgia of a gamer growing up, but also, try to find a game that works with our current lifestyle. And I think for me, there was a turning point. um, Diablo 3. Diablo 3 came out with a real money auction house. Give me some quick thumbs up, fists in the audience if you were there for the Diablo 3 launch with the real money auction house. Oh, really? I thought there would be more. Well, let stay a while and listen. No one's going to get that unless you play Diablo. The old man has come to speak about Diablo 3 auction house. So when that game launched, Diablo 3 is an action RPG. You can drop all these items if you get lucky, awesome, like rare items that you can then trade on the marketplace. Sure, that's not a new idea, but Blizzard launched Diablo 3 with a real money auction house. And so I guess that's kind of like where Web3 gaming really first started, right? Because you could buy and sell the items that you found in game on their marketplace for like US dollars currency. I don't think it was easy to get that US dollars off. Again, that was probably a slight difference there, but it was right around the time when I thought this is really, really cool. And I ended up spending more time on the real money auction house than the game itself, which is a good and bad thing. In fact, that's one of the key reasons why they got rid of that real money auction house. But that kind of was the turning point for me where, the game itself wasn't, well, the game wasn't just about the game. Do you guys have any kind of like personal stories around that? Was it Diablo 3? I guess now in like Web3 gaming, that is part of the benefit. Being able to play games not just in the game itself, but also carry with you the items, be able to trade them at any point, use the items or NFTs or your gaming profile and take it somewhere else where you know you will be valued as a gamer. Anyone want to jump in on that?
I can go on this one.
Yeah, man.
So in Korea, there is a game called Lineage, which is like a really popular game made by NCSoft. This game was sort of like popularized during the year like 2000, and it still is a very popular game. And this game allows players to earn like real money by selling like in-game items and in like gold to other players who want to get ahead of the game. And this game was really popular in Korea that it sort of spawned a new type of business known as like gold farming. This is also like famous in like World of Warcraft also, but it was like prior to World of Warcraft, and there still is a lot of players who earn like in-game gold and items, like selling those and trading their accounts for like really high value money. The best item are sold in the range of like even like a single house or something. So I think this sort of overlaps in a lot of ways with the Web3 um, game space, where like people like if they just buy accounts of really good um, high level accounts, and then they play for a certain time, and then they sell items or they sell the account. So yeah, I think definitely like games could be like more than just games, and like they could be um, other form of entertainment be, that we hope, because the people here, as you said, are have grown up from their like early 20s or stuff like that, and they now have certain level of wealth or money to spend on whatever they feel comfortable, I guess. And yeah, I think it's more about how entertaining the game is, and people should like naturally spend money if they really like the game.
Yeah, and I think it's a time for the Adobe stars for that.
Definitely. I was just curious, were you playing Lineage, or is this just something you observed? Because when I was saying Lineage 2, it's the same game, man. I mean, I played Lineage 1 and 2.
I didn't play like Lineage 1 and 2. I played the mobile version of Lineage. So I didn't experience the first version of Lineage, but like after like I played Lineage back in like I guess like 5 years ago, something like that.
That's cool. That's cool. That's funny you mentioned the whole, groups that were, essentially farming this currency. They're creating, like taking this economy, this digital economy, and then they're selling it in the, the dark web, not dark web, but like black market, I guess you could say. But what was so funny is the first language that I learned outside of English, which, I'm from California, so I just haven't really learned many languages, was Chinese because then I can interact with those people that were farming gold. And what I would do is I would ask them for an invite to sit in their group. And I would be able to sit in their group all night long while they're farming and I'd get EXP. But I had to promise them that any gold that like got transferred to me, I would give it to them at the end, in the morning. So it was pretty cool to just pretty much sit there all night. And I learned maybe 6 or 7 Chinese phrases because of that.
Well, that would have been a great experience for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anyone else want to share their gamer story? I think Twitter Spaces might be having issues with speakers again. Just seeing some comments here. Eyal, do you want to test out your mic?
Yeah, so I'm back. Thank you. And sorry, I
Welcome
skipped a
back.
couple questions here because I was trying to um, be able to speak again.
Oh
So
yeah,
maybe I can actually
Twitter
answer.
Spaces.
Yeah, all good. Maybe without making it too boring, I can just give like a quick answer to everything I missed here because I think we've been through quite a year. Um, and I think for me, both being a community member but also a player of games, in many ways things have kind of started to come full circle. I think not to echo too many obvious things, but I think this has been a year where kind of trust and community have both been stress tested. What kind of low light for me, or in general, I think for people who have been in crypto for a while, it's every time kind of mass consumers get hit and trust is really taken away from the space. So mentioning the obvious stuff again, like FTX and Terra Luna, but at the end of the day, it's really like how do we get the benefits of what we're building to as many people as possible. And so every time trust gets taken away, it just becomes harder. But then on the on the bright side, and I think this is to a large degree also what earnalliance and the people here stand for is the community that sticks around and gets stronger is an obvious highlight for me because you make real connections with real people. It's also what I enjoy as a gamer. Is being around other people and building stuff and having a good time together. Um, I grew up playing a variety of things. I will have to give a shout out here to um, um, Nintendo 64 and Super Smash.
Yeah.
Um, um, uh, Samus was me growing up to a large degree. And then I also spent quite a bit of time playing more traditional um, skill-based game, completely addicted to chess and poker for many years, I would say. And then on the more traditional, not traditional, but on the video gaming side of things, spent a lot of time um, Dota 2 and League were kind of my two um, video games I played the most. I think nowadays, being a little busier than I used to be, that's why I mentioned it's kind of come full circle, is because I do find myself just playing OG Nintendo 64 games quite a lot again, just with friends to enjoy Mario Kart, Super Smash.
Would
And
Yeah, I would
yeah.
love to bring one out, blow the dust, um, get get Smash Brothers out. I remember the first all-nighter I pulled ever was Smash 64. Would love to. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was a Samus player too. Would love taking out my friends with a fully charged beam.
Yes, sir. That's it. And yeah, I mean, maybe one more comment I can make is, kind of like opening my eyes into, or where my eyes got opened before knowing about crypto. There might be a better way to earn and own and port my reputation and credentials. I think this actually happened more on the like traditional like games that I mentioned, like chess and poker, where it just always felt like complicated to have more skin in the game, and that my reputation or like who I was or how good I was, less so in poker but more in chess, um, is kind of really weird because you depend on online scores that are given to you. You have a FIDE ranking that is official from over the board games, but then online you just have new algos. You can have a new Anon account, and it just always felt like if there was like some underlying achievement or credential that I could port with me, that would be really helpful. And then on the like how do you have more skin in the game or make money? I think this is also where it always felt like there was something missing. And I think this is also to kind of bring it back to the point that you were making before about play to earn. I think now we really have a technology that, in large, is um, programmable incentives, programmable governance, programmable ownership, and I think it's easy to miss the innovation for some of the things that we might have gone wrong the first time around with, Axie not working out the way it could have maybe, or maybe it will. But definitely some tweaks in the model that need to be made. But the infrastructure is here, and I think that's what's really exciting. And that's we're also trying to tweak a bit with earnalliance to really highlight how the benefit of crypto, if done right, we have the tool now to merge the social community and economical components of what can make a game in a community both really enjoyable and successful and sustainable at the same time.
Cheers, y'all. Carlos, you got your
Yeah.
mic back.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I just wanted to share a little bit, right? Because you guys mentioned earlier how many of us started running guilds and meeting people in the space, right? And I am completely lost when it comes to gaming, right? I spent a lot of time doing more of the traditional Web 2 roles and then transition to Web 3. And thanks to guilds, I started learning a lot about not just gaming, but also NFTs and then many of these DeFi type of schemes, because a lot of these games are actually really training people, not just on board, but really training people on blockchain, right? And that's how we came up with the idea of building Unlocked. And a lot of the people that I've met coming from guilds started building infrastructure, whether it is NFT infrastructure or even DeFi projects. And many of them actually went on and started thinking about some of the pain points that they suffered going through the initial blockchain gaming experience, right? And how to alleviate this, right? So I'm actually very happy to be here with all of you guys. And I think there's a very good community of builders that whether you have more experience in gaming or less, but you have been very exposed to the NFT ecosystem, to a lot of the pain points and the things that need to happen for this to really reach mass scale and mass adoption, right? So um, for the last 2 3 years, I've been learning a lot. You guys mentioned earlier the Axie ecosystem and the way Axie really went through the roof, right? But I've been learning a lot from many of the other games, right? Smaller communities like Galaxy Fight Club, Crypto Raiders that have also been helping a lot. And living in the Philippines, right? I'm very exposed to a lot of these markets. I try to travel a lot to Philippines, Vietnam. You see the impact this has on a daily basis and the way people are willing to test out and to embrace things, right? So it's been an amazing journey, and I feel that a lot of people that are here both staying strong and innovating, but also building and partnering and really open to trying new things are going to get rewarded in the future, right? And honestly, it's amazing for someone like me that wasn't really part of the community 1 2 years ago, setting up a guild 18 months ago, and then meeting all these incredible people and the way you guys are always so friendly and welcoming. And it's really helped growing the ecosystem and supporting people because you see how partnerships are very strong and everyone's keen to grow together, right? So it's really amazing, and you see so many amazing games here that are really building for the future. So super happy about what I'm seeing, and I think honestly the current market may be tough, but we'll come out will come out of it stronger.
Love it, Carlos. Thanks for joining our space again. Yeah, I mean, even though you're new to gaming, having like learnt all of it, just being part of the Web3 gaming space, I think is just testament to like the potential. I mean, the joining of Web3 crypto and gaming has massive potential. And then just a point someone else raised earlier was that, you know, gamers have evolved over their years. They now have, you know, disposable income. They're in the professional workforce. They have like ways that they enjoy playing their games, and they're happy to pay for that. And like some of these gaming experiences will be amazing. And that is why the gaming industry is so massive, so huge, and has like huge potential. It's like larger than the music industry. It's crazy. Well, could talk about this forever. We're over time already, 8 minutes over time. So thank you to the Wow. I mean, we had 750 people listening at one point. It means we're going to have like, you know, over 1,500 total listeners at some point, getting close to 2K. So thank you for everyone who's joined in, whether you're walking home from work in a car, on a plane. You can do that these days. Thank you for tuning in. I'll leave you guys, Mary, if you don't mind, just linking the tweet that has the Galaxy link on there, just so anybody who was looking for it, you can find that. It's essentially it's a proof of attendance NFT. You can pick it up from the Galaxy link. And I will just thank again all of the partners who came onto our space tonight or today. You guys, like, we wouldn't be here without you. David, Jisoo, Jin, Carlos, Eyal, thank you for joining us, and hope to see you again on another space.
Thank you for inviting us. It was great talking to you guys, and I appreciate the invitation here. Let's make crypto great again.
Yeah, thank you for having us again, and hope to join your next Twitter space. We'll be looking forward to it.
Take care, guys. Awesome job.
Thanks for having us. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Great community here.
Thanks, everyone. Loving it every time. Have a good night.